Hey everyone, this week's project is something that's been on my brain for years and years. In fact, the moment we started talking about having a property, this was the first thing on my brain.
It's our very own farm stand. Now I started building this last week while the weather was really bad because we're a bit undercover here, which is nice, gave us an option. And it's just made from materials we had around the house.
The only two things we've purchased for this project are the weatherboards on the sides and the wheels on the bottom. Everything else we had lying around the house.
So although this project's been on my mind for quite some time and I've spent a lot of brain power on thinking about how I'd get it done, the actual build of this mostly was done in just one day, which is pretty pleasing. But today's the day we're going to start painting it, and we're almost at the tail end now. And Betty's going to join me today to assist. Ta-da! So Betty is probably the brains of the operation behind making it look good.
Everything. I'm the brains behind everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
She had nothing to do with the design at all. Nothing.
How rude. I mean, in life.
Oh yeah, in life. Yeah. No, brains behind the operation in life for sure. So, do you want to talk us through the colour schemes that you've decided to go with on this one?
I mean, there's not really that much to talk about. It's just cute colours that are kind of like the vibe of the house, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, when we moved here, pretty much everything was green, like different shades of green, which we kind of like the vibe of keeping some of the green, but not everything's going to stay green. So we've got, some green, we've got some white, because white's just nice and like fresh and crisp, and then we've got some, just like a soft pink as well, which is kind of like...
Fairy Floss half strength pink.
Fairy wings.
Fairy wings half strength pink. Yep, cool. So inside we've got these whiteboards that got salvaged that have been sitting at the house since long before we got here. We're going to keep those as they are because it looks kind of rustic and cool, but we'll paint the rest of the inside white. Yeah, and then what's the plan for the outside?
I don't know. We kind of hadn't really decided, but I'm thinking if we're doing the inside white, I feel like we should probably do these bits a colour, and then the weatherboards a colour.
A different colour?
Maybe. Maybe we could do these green.
Yep.
And the weatherboards pink.
Alright.
That could be
go
cute.
with that. Alright. Cool. Let's get cracking.
It sounds like you're singing that Yaskia song.
A Yaskia song.
The toss a coin to your witcher.
Oh, valley of plenty.
Which brush do I get?
The little one? No, you can.
I'm doing the outside.
That's why. Well, that's coat one of the insides and the weatherboards on the outside's done. Time to go get some lunch and then we'll come back and start the legs and round two. What are you doing over there?
Getting paint on my finger.
Oh my god. So we finished the second coat on the internals and the pink weatherboards, and now Betty's gone around and started the green trims on the outside.
Must you?
Yep.
That's the last of the first coat.
While we were painting, we spotted the apricot tree nearby was absolutely bursting with fruit, and we thought we'd better get to picking so we can make some apricot jam that we'll put out in the store when we take it out for its first run. Most of the fruit that was actually ready to pick was actually on top of the carport roof, which we can see from our back porch, so Betty went up to start picking. Most of our fruit trees are growing in the orchard area, but we also have some at the front and the side of the house. But this one at the back, which doesn't seem to get as much sun as some of the others, surprisingly always seems to grow a lot of fruit.
You look like you're pregnant. It's apricots. That's all we're going to have there?
That's all we're having.
So coat 2 of the green is almost done, and that comes to the end of the paintworks we need to do in here. And then over here I've also started painting up a little open close sign that we're going to do that's made of the same weatherboards as what we've used on the side of it. So it was just a cut off that we're using for that.
Painting done, and it's time for a few bits of flourish. We got some nice fake plants and flowers that Betty is stapling onto the stand so they can't blow away with the wind. And that's about all we're going to achieve today. While we were working on the stand, one of our neighbours drove past and decided we couldn't risk losing all those apricots to the birds, and they gave us a whole heap of netting they had. So awesome. Thanks, neighbours.